Welcome back, dollies.
Welcome back. Long time no see.
We back.
We're back. I've missed you.
I've missed you. You've been gone.
I've been gone. I am back. I'm trying to get back into like my routine of things. But me and my mom, we went to London and Paris, and it was fabulous. And we loved London, but we loved Paris more, I think. I think just because Paris felt more like we were in a different country because they spoke a different language. So it felt like we were
People
like,
speak English pretty commonly, or was it kind of like
it was like 50-50. There's like a good amount of people that speak English, and then there's some people that are like, I'll try my best. But
when you went to restaurants to order, was it like a challenge or like I guess you could just point at the menu.
yeah, no, actually, no restaurant was a challenge. Most of the waiters, or all of the waiters that we had, spoke English.
Score.
Yeah, so it was nice. Paris, like, it's just like such a cute culture that they have, I feel like, with just their dining experiences. Like they have all the restaurants and it's like a little bit inside, but a lot outside, and it's like on the curb kind of, or like on the road, and then the tables just face out and everybody sits next to each other and faces out. So it's like they just like people watch and like have drinks and like snacks. So anytime we would go, they would be like, "Oh, are you here for like drinks or dinner?" And it would just be so cute. Every like at all times we're like, "Oh my gosh, like it's so cute." People just sit together and just like look out, and it's just the vibe. I'm like, I always want to sit next to people now. So it was really cute. And I didn't experience any of like the negative stereotypes that people say about Paris or France in general, I guess, about like, oh, they hate Americans and that they're mean and that there's a lot of like hagglers on the street like trying to constantly sell you stuff, or pickpocketers. We didn't experience one of those. We didn't experience anybody trying to sell us anything. By the Eiffel Tower, there was like people that had a blanket out and had like the little items for sale, but they wouldn't speak to you unless you went over there and started looking at this stuff. Um, Definitely no pickpocketing happening. And everybody was so nice. So, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe
What
it
was
was just
your favorite
us.
meal?
What'd you say?
What was your favorite meal in each place?
Okay, in London we did a high tea because that's like their classic. And the high tea was my favorite. It was just so cute and like intentional. And we sat there for like 3 hours, I think, because they brought out like
That much stuff.
multiple little things. Yeah, but it's like everybody takes their time when they like go eat a meal. And I feel like out here, we're like, let's go eat and let's get back
Yeah.
home. Like it's so like rushed out here. And out there, they don't bring you the check unless you like ask for it. They won't even mention it. Like, oh, are you guys ready for the check? Anything else? They'll say like, okay, I'll finish here. Anything else? And then you're like, no, we're okay. But they won't bring you the check unless you're like, can we have the check? And they will just like leave you be, and you can like sit at your table as long as you want and just like enjoy your life. Sometimes we're like, oh my God, it's like hard for us to get the check, but I don't know. And then my mom told me that she saw this thing that said, French women are so thin because everybody eats dinner for like 2 hours. It's like nobody's like rush stuffing their face. But in London, the high tea was my favorite. And then in Paris, everything was so delicious. But something that really stood out to me was the scrambled eggs. They were so good. They were like Chef Ramsay style. They were so good. We went to this restaurant and it was like scrambled eggs, and we got mushroom and tomato and cheese. And they serve it with like a little bread. It was so good. I dream about these scrambled eggs. I'm
Eat that right now.
gonna cry about them. They were so good. Everything was really good, but that I was like not expecting to be like, okay, I was like, these are the best scrambled eggs I've ever had in my life. So I dream about those. But other than that, everything was good. We didn't have any.
And what about, I'm curious because when we went to Ireland, you don't tip. Like it's not common to tip. So I'm curious
Same,
about there. It was okay.
same. It was like not really a thing.
And the water, did they bring water to your tables or did you have to go get water?
They would bring water.
Okay. In Ireland, like a lot of the time you're like, can I have like some water? And they're like, yeah, it's like up there. And you're like, oh, my bad.
Yeah, go get it. Yeah, they would bring water, I'm pretty sure for the most part. Um yeah, but tipping, yeah, it's not like a big thing out there. So, but it was really good. It was a fabulous trip.
And you guys went to Paris Disneyland.
We did. It was a lot smaller than our Disneyland,
Okay.
which was nice because we didn't feel so overwhelmed. Like
And was it like Disney, th like, I don't know, you know how like there's like Cars Land and stuff like that. I guess that's California Adventure, but like, was it
it was
themed?
like our Disneyland, but just a really small version of it. They had Frontierland, they had an Adventureland, and they had Fantasyland. But each land only had like a little bit of rides, maybe.
And did you get on the rides?
We got on the rides. Um, some were different, like Haunted Mansion we got on, and it was a different story. It was more like about the bride. It was the same concept,
Mm.
like you sit in the little car and like go around, and it was like they had the same things and it was like the same concept, but it was a different storyline. It was like all about the bride. So that was interesting. Then we went to go on Indiana Jones, and then we got in line, and then all of a sudden we heard like and we looked, and it was a huge like wooden roller coaster outside, and we were like,
Oh,
is that Indiana Jones? And sure enough, that was Indiana Jones. So we didn't get on that one. I was like, oh, interesting. So there was like differences like that. We got on It's a Small World
oh my God.
and a few other like little rides. So it was really cute. And we tried some of like the little Disney snacks. They don't have much though. Like we didn't see anybody walking around with churros. I
That's,
was shocked. I was like, I want a churro. Like, where are the churros? They like didn't really have churros.
and was the price comparable to like our Disneyland that we're used to, or was it cheaper? I mean,
I
obviously,
honestly don't even know what our Disneyland prices are,
yeah.
but it was like $100 a ticket.
Oh, I would say that's cheaper. I mean, obviously it's a smaller place, so.
Yeah. So, not bad, but yeah. And we tried like some of the snacks. They had like crepes,
Oh.
or as Jamil tells me, it's crepes, not crepes. Crepes. My bad. And those were good. And we got a corn dog, of course.
Yeah.
And I really wanted a frozen lemonade. They did not have it. We could not find frozen lemonade. There was no frozen lemonade. And I
Okay.
was like, maybe the Dole Whip. Like, they didn't have it. They had a pineapple whip that's supposed to be similar. So we go to the place, it's closed already. I'm like, do you
Good.
guys have anything? So I'm like, I wonder what these people think when they come to our Disneyland.
I'm sure, like coming from that one, they're shocked, but they're also probably price shocked too. Like, cost that much for a ticket? Because I'm pretty sure a ticket for Disneyland is like 269, I think.
Yeah, I haven't been in a
I
while.
looked more recently, but I can't remember. Obviously,
Yeah,
depends on what day you're going, but
yeah. Yeah,
I've been like really craving like yellow mustard. So like a corn dog with yellow mustard sounds.
The
God.
corn dog was so good. It was so good. Just like, I don't know, like an amusement park corn dog is so good for some reason.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so it was really good. We had a really good time and we just did like some sightseeing, some like walking tours. We saw the King Charles in London. He waved at me. Um, he looks like he's doing well.
As well as he can be doing.
Yeah, so I hope he is, but that was cool. Some people were there and was like, I've lived in London forever and I've never like ran into
Interesting.
him or like saw him. Like I've never been in the right place at the right time.
I wonder where he was like going because I can't imagine that he would like go to a grocery store or go.
He went, and I don't know what the building was called. There were so many buildings and like places that we saw. But this other car was driving in, and then our tour guide was like, "Oh, that's probably who is here to like meet with the king." So they like went to, I think, for like a meeting or something somewhere. So I don't know, but that was really cool. And it's just so crazy, like the history that other countries have, like thousands of years of history. And a lot. We learned a lot. I probably forgot most of it already because it was so much, but it was good. And then we went to the Louvre Museum. We
Ooh,
did a tour. I don't know how anybody can do the Louvre without a tour because it's huge. And like if me and my mom went and didn't do a tour, we would just be walking and looking at the paintings and being
I have
like,
no idea.
nice. And then like moving on, like that's a good one. That one's kind of weird. Like that's cool. And so thank God we did the tour. It was 3 hours and we didn't look at everything. She
Wow.
literally took us to like the important things, the things that stand out, what people want to see the most. But she was great. She was so cute and they like with the tour also, you don't have to like stand in line to get in. The line was like crazy, so you kind of just get to like cut through with the tour. And they like push people out of the way for you. They're like, excuse me, like you guys, you're not part of this tour, so you can't, you need to move on." Like,
I feel like in the foreign countries, like in the European countries, they don't play. Like in Ireland, they would see like a pedestrian crossing and he'd be like, they better be praying and like gas it. Like, and you're like, oh my God, we're about to hit somebody. Like,
yeah, she would be
not
like,
joking.
somebody was like standing near us and like looking at the thing because she would be talking, but we had like little headphones because it's like kind of loud in there. She'd be like, keep going, like you're not part of this. You didn't pay for this, so keep going. And they're like, oh, like you can tell they're
My
like, I
bad.
didn't know that this was like a group because there's like so many people standing around. So she was really great. And we saw the Mona Lisa. And just the Louvre is just beautiful. It's just like such a beautiful museum. All like the ceilings are painted, everything. It's just like gorgeous. You think you've seen it all, and then you walk into the next room and you're like, oh
Oh
my
my
God,
God.
this is beautiful. So it was really cool. And she was able to speak to us about like the history and the meaning of like some paintings and who was who in the painting. So that was nice because other than that, we would have just been like, nice, and like moved on. So that was good. And then we just kind of hit the main things and chilled and enjoyed. We were in like a really nice part of the town in Paris. It was really cute, a little walking area.
And did
So,
you guys stay in one hotel in England and one hotel in Paris?
yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So it was nice and everybody was really friendly. People in Paris were like more talkative, I think. People in London were a little bit more reserved. Not rude, but like more people in Paris were going out of their way to like make small talk. And London, it's like small talk. Even they said in like Paris, like small talk isn't really a thing, like how it is in America,
And
I
do they
think.
smile at you? Because I feel like in Ireland, I would like smile at people and they were kind of like on the trains. They were like,
I
what
don't
are
feel
you?
like anybody smiled.
Yeah, I feel like they're like very serious. Like you're smiling and they're like
But
what?
I'm not really a smiler at people. So I didn't like attempt to smile. I think I like avoid eye contact. I'm like, So who knows? Maybe they would have smiled back. I don't know. But for the most part, it was like really good. We had a good time. The flight there was like 10 hours straight, but it was great and it didn't seem,
Did you guys fly straight there and then home you had a layover?
yeah, we had a
Okay.
connection back home. But flying there straight, the 10-hour, like when we go to New York, it's like roughly 5 hours, I think.
Hmm.
And honestly, it didn't feel that much different.
Was it a bigger plane and like bigger
It was
path?
a bigger plane, but you felt like squished still. Like it wasn't like you had a lot of room. It was just like a bigger plane with more seats. But we
Yeah.
were like, dang, this, like the seats in front of you were like really close.
And
So we
did
got
you
through
sleep? What
it.
did you do on the plane?
Well, they feed you, so we got fed, which was nice, kept us entertained, and me and my mom just kind of talked a lot, caught each other up on our way there, watched some movies,
And
tried
was the
to
food
sleep,
good?
but I didn't sleep. The food was just like
Bare
microwavable
bones.
stuff. Yeah. So it was okay. But it wasn't bad. I would say around hour 7 or 8, that's when we started getting like antsy. Like, okay,
And were
I
people getting up and like walking the aisles or no?
yeah, yeah, some people were and just getting up and stretching and stuff. So, but overall it was a pretty smooth flight. The one back was kind of hectic because we woke up and then our flights got delayed
Mm,
before we left, which was nice because we're like, oh, thank. It was kind of an earlier flight, so it just got delayed and then it changed the flights completely,
mm,
different flights. So then the connection, it was originally a connection flight. Then it was a different flight with a different connection flight,
mm,
and it added more time. So like this connection flight, it was like a little bit of a longer flight. So that was kind of annoying. And the way that we had set it up was it was going to be like a 5 hour flight to New York and then another 5 hours to LA. So it was going to be split into two. And this one, it was like 8 hours to Chicago and then like another 3.5 hours to LA.
that seems crazy.
Yeah, so and my mom was like, I saw this connection flight too, but I was like, I'd rather do the 5 and 5 than like the 8 and the 3. And so that was a little rough coming back, but we
I
made
feel
it.
like you're already done too because you're like, I just want to be home. We're on the way home.
Literally, it was like, I'm like, are we ever? I didn't think I was gonna make it. I'm like, I don't ever see myself being home, but we made it, and I wasn't jet lagged at all, which was nice. Maybe
That's what I
because
was gonna
like
say. Did
the
London and Paris have the same time zone? Time?
they were Paris was an hour ahead of London. So London was 8 hours ahead from LA
Okay.
and Paris was 9 hours ahead.
Okay.
Hmm. So it was good. When we got back, I actually was like up pretty early that next morning and I was like, I feel pretty good. Like I don't feel tired. I just don't want to like get up.
And when you landed in England, I'm curious because I feel like England and Ireland might be similar.
Mhm.
So we messed up because we didn't think about it. When we landed, we are like, oh my God, we're like ready to eat. Like, and I think we landed probably at like 10 a.m. their time. And
Mhm.
they were pretty much like nothing opens till noon. Like,
We
oh my God, we had to like go to the hotel, unpack, and we're like starving. And we're like, okay, we'll just like try to get our stuff together and then we'll go find food. Like,
yeah. I We landed early at like 8:30 a.m. in London and we already were like, "Oh my gosh, like we put on the hotel reservation our estimated time of arrival and if they could let us check in early, they would, but obviously it's not a guarantee." So we're like, "Great, if we can't check in till like later, we're just gonna have to like find something to do and like go sit somewhere, but we're gonna be exhausted because we didn't sleep on the plane, so it's like almost 24 hours." And so we went to the hotel and they were like, yeah, it was probably like around 10 when we got there. And they were like, your room's ready. And we're like, thank God. So we literally just like went up to the room and knocked out. We weren't even thinking about food yet. And then we woke up and then we just ate. in one of the restaurants at the hotel. But the sun stayed like it didn't get dark in London or Paris until like 10 p.m.
That's funny because that's like kind of like here.
Yeah, I told my mom that. So that was nice because we didn't know that. So that was nice because then it seemed like we got there. We slept until probably like 4 p.m., 5 p.m. And then we woke up and it's like we still had another 5 hours of
Oh my
daylight.
God. Yeah.
So it didn't seem like we wasted our days. And we didn't feel super rushed to wake up at like 7 a.m. and start the day. We were like, oh, we could start our day at noon and we still have like 10 hours of daylight. So that was nice. But other than that, I'm glad to be home.
Yeah.
Europe, it's just like it's a great trip, but it's not a relaxing trip, you know? It's like you're doing things. You're doing 15 to 20,000 steps a day. You're learning.
Vacation's not a vacation.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, now I need like a relaxing tropical vacation after this where I could just like lay on the beach, get a pina colada, some fresh fruit.
Coconut? I'm so dreamy right now. Sorry, I am struggling so bad. If you're watching this video and I'm moving around a lot, I'm having a little bit of anxiety. This baby is like hurting me right now, and I'm having like almost like I need to vomit, but it's all just like acid reflux.
That's
So we're
worse.
struggling. So FYI, if I'm moving around.
Um, but tell me about what's been happening on your end while
Eh?
I've been gone. What have I missed?
Oh, I feel like being a stay-at-home mom to some people sounds boring. And I know you know that's not the case. But it's just been insane. We're trying to finish the chicken coop before obviously before the baby comes. The chickens are ready to go outside. So I
Nice.
bring them outside every day in the dog crate, like the soft dog crate.
Yeah.
Um, just so they're used to it, because like a lot of people never take them outside and then they just put them in their coop and then they like panic and they just like stay in the coop. They're like, I'm not going outside. What the heck? Like,
Yeah. No, that's a good idea.
and also they want to be out. They don't want to be in the tank inside and so it's hard. I feel like our chickens are very social. I'm curious if other people's are like that, but we've had them in the kitchen for like weeks of their life. So they really know us, even though some of them are sassier than others.
Yeah.
Um, they they really know us. So like if I go in the garage, they're like, because they're in the garage right now. I moved them finally because I was like, sorry, you girls stink. You're flying everywhere. They have screens over them, but when you try to like give them water or food, they're like, meh, I'm out, I'm out, I'm out. So, um, they're ready to go. So P's been working like on any time off when the weather's good on the chicken coop. But of course, like I feel like all his days off lately have been freaking rainy days.
Oh my
So
gosh, of
that's kind
course.
of frustrating because he also needs to finish the shower that's behind me before we have the baby, but he can't cut tile in the rain. So it's just like, dang it. But not that we don't have plenty of other things to do. I just been trying to go room by room, like decluttering a little bit more. Um, and kind of going through Arkham's clothes and stuff and going through like what we need for the baby. If you can tell behind me is our backdrop for our little virtual sprinkle we're gonna have. Well, we will already have had it when
Yeah.
when this podcast posts. Um, So yeah, I've just been working on that. The yard. Um, I have been paying a neighbor to mow because our mower is not really working. And that has been like the best decision because 1P like literally doesn't have time to do it with like all
Yeah.
the work. And he's like been super helpful because he like grew up here and he's like a yard guy. So
Yeah.
like gone above and beyond. I feel like we're not making progress with our yard and our house sometimes, but like I feel like the neighbors see us and they're like, "Oh my God, you guys are always like," and I'm like, "It's still not enough, but we're trying."
Yeah.
So it's exciting that the fireflies are out. That's been really fun. They come
Yeah.
out like mid-June usually to like the end of July, beginning of August.
Huh?
That's the best. The toads and frogs are out. So they've been out while I'm doing yard work.
Yeah.
The garden is starting to sprout. So it's
Yay.
exciting to see what's gonna make it and what's not gonna make it.
Yeah.
I have like 20 tomato plants, so we'll see how that goes.
Seriously. One's gotta make it.
One's got to make it. Three of them are actually one, two. Is that three or four? Three of them are kicking butt and they've got flowers already and like some blooms. Our bell pepper plant has a bell pepper on it. So we're making some progress. Um, I keep trying to remind myself that last year I like didn't start gardening until the end of May. Sorry.
Yeah.
Ooh, P keeps being like literally because Arkham wants to go on an airplane so bad. He's like, I could take you somewhere, like, but I'm afraid to leave. Not
Yeah,
physically. He's
seriously.
like, you're breathing. I'm like, I'm just struggling, okay?
Yeah.
But I'm fine. I'm not like gonna go into labor. It just doesn't feel good.
If only they knew.
I swear. Um, so yeah, just mainly like yard work, getting outside, trying to think what's really the flowers are doing good in the front yard, trying to like see what's a weed and not a weed because some things my neighbor's always like, just let it start going and then when you tell like then wait to pull it. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to trying to go by that method. Um, and not a lot. I don't have a lot to do to prepare for the baby. I did get like a little basket and put it next to the bed of like what I'm gonna need at nighttime feeds and stuff.
You know,
Um,
we're closer to the due date.
we're getting close. I'm 30 weeks. I'm 10 weeks out or less, or maybe more, but
You never
fingers
know.
crossed, not more.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let.
Um, what else? Greta got groomed. I was worried because her groomer had left, that we usually take her to, so I was kind of like, ugh. But she seemed to do pretty good. They were very fast this time, which was nice. It was like an
Yeah.
hour less than normal. They did cut her really short, which was great. Um, but P was like, you didn't describe it good. Like
Oh,
what I wanted her hair. So she's a little wild. Have you seen her? I sent Jamil a picture and he was like dying.
I don't think I've seen her. I remember you telling me, like, oh, it's not exactly
I
what we.
wanted a so Arkham wants her to have a mohawk through her whole body, like to her tail. And this time I was like, let's just do it to her shoulders, like a mohawk mullet, because I feel like if a tick falls, like where her tick was, um, I still wouldn't be able to see it that well if she had a mohawk, like all the way through her body. So I was wanting to just do like a mohawk mullet, but P was like, you just said mullet. And I was like, I swear I said mohawk mullet. And I hate it because they just like what they'll do is they won't trim down her poof. It's like, yeah, I don't want it flat, but like I don't need it to be this big, okay?
Yeah, I don't
Like
need
trim it.
to sigh.
So she's gonna get groomed one more time before we have the baby. So I'm like trying to think like, okay, I want like a 2 inch
Yeah, yeah.
and then like
They need
mohawk.
specifics. Yeah, they need specifics.
So let me see, where is she?
I know.
Uh,
Uh, I think I remember you telling me, and I was like, I wonder what she looks like.
So there's her back.
Oh my
Pete did
gosh.
it because I was like, it looks ridiculous. So he made it a V.
Given like alpaca.
Yes, thank you. Cracking me up. Like when I
Okay.
just look at her, I'm like, you look like a rock star.
No, that is so funny.
So, so that's going on. The play structures have been crazy. Greta usually gets on the kids' play structure, but then the other day, she like Arkham was coming down and then she was running up from like a weird angle and jumped way too early. And I'm like standing there and I see her and it has slots and her leg gets stuck and she's falling down and I like run over. I'm like, I'm gonna try to catch her 'cause she's gonna be hanging by her leg that's gonna be broken. Thank God she like turned her leg just in time and like got down and I was like, okay, please
Jeez.
don't give me a heart attack.
No, serious.
Then my child is like getting really brave and good at climbing, and he's always like very cautious and calculated. But then we go to the play structure, and he keeps like wanting to get on this huge slide. which is fine, but if he can get up there on his own. He's never been a slide person. So I'm like, if you want to do it, if you want to get up there, go for it. I'm not gonna put you up there. You got to do it. And he had been climbing at another like park that's at this park and like jumping off. And he loves jumping off things. He's like, but I just did not expect him. Like he comes to this thing that's like 6 foot tall. And we've been at this park before. And I'm like walking over and I like can't say something fast enough because I'm like, fuck, he's gonna jump. And he does. He jumps off. So that about gave me a heart attack. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna like have to take you to the hospital with a broken leg or ankle. But he was fine. He limped around the park. He literally was like, when he gets hurt, you could tell because he's like, don't even.
Give me a minute to
And I'm
gather.
like, are you okay? Like, that was wild. And he's like, it was an exit. I didn't have another exit. I'm like, there's three other exits.
That's so funny. What else did you expect me to do, Mom? Take
I
this
was
long.
like, oh my God. And then he's like, I'm fine. And I'm like, I see him. And he's like coming down the stairs on something on one leg, like
Oh
hopping
my
down. And he's like, later he told me, he's like, I didn't think I could go down it because my leg was hurting. I'm like, yeah, I
God.
figured.
I thought that's so funny. I know.
But he was fine. No, no
Good.
break,
I'm
no
glad.
nothing. Didn't
I'm glad
limp.
everybody is healthy and alive and no broken bones. I was so sad when I was away. I was like, I feel like Serena thinks I left her. I abandoned her. She's been abandoned already. So I'm like,
I was like,
PTSD.
now I just have this dad. Great.
He's like, yeah, she always like was looking at the door, like waiting for you to come home. He's like, and then eventually she just was like, I guess
She
she's
ain't
not.
coming.
So when he picked us up, he brought her and she was like so happy. And then yesterday, when I came home from work, she was so excited and she was like shaking. I was like, did I traumatize you? But she's good. Everybody here, I came back to everybody alive and well here. So that was
Very
nice.
good.
Came back to a clean apartment, bonus. Uh,
Shoot. I would leave just to come back to somewhere clean.
seriously. I had to make some threats, to make sure it happened.
Couldn't be my house. Couldn't be my
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Oh,
I swear, if I come back and I walk into it being a mess, and the first thing I have to do is house chores,
you did.
it's like, no, no, of course not, of course not. I'm like, I'm being serious. He held up his end of the bargain, so that was good. Um, but yeah, other than that, I just missed you. I
I
missed
missed
talking
you.
to
I
you.
felt like I was so lonely.
No, literally. I'm like, I want to get back to my routine. Like, so we're doing the dang thing.
But I
We're
feel
not
like it
gonna
was
do.
go, go, go when you were gone. So I feel like that helped me.
Hmm.
I definitely was alone.
Yeah, busy,
Plus,
but
Pete started working like a new schedule that's kind of funky. So I feel like I'm seeing him less because it's almost a night schedule, 3 days a week.
yeah, yeah,
So that's
pulling
kind
back. So,
of men.
we're not gonna do any stories today because it was more of a catch-up video
I
or
know.
up video. Um, but I don't know. Do you have anything else to add?
Oh, do I?
I think we have 2.5 minutes before we get cut off.
Oh, well, I think we're doing great. If you haven't already listened to my interview with Shauna, the LA firefighter female, highly recommend you go listen to that. That was really fun to do.
Oh,
Um, did you listen to it?
I listened to almost all of it.
My dad was like, it's too weird. He's like, it's like you guys are in the room, but you're not. I was like, okay, Dad, thanks.
You're making it weird. Oh,
Ugh.
Lord.
Well, I think that's pretty much it. Everybody's alive. Everybody's surviving. I don't know
Good.
if we're thriving. This baby is. Arkham's 100% convinced that it's a girl. So I keep trying to be like, just in case, like, is it like, it might not. I'm sure,
Right. Let's
I feel like he's
prepare
right.
just
But
in
like,
case.
I don't want him to walk in and be like,
right?
Ew, no.
Who
You
is
know?
that? Who is that?
So I'm trying to be like, but literally he's not interested. Like anybody that has like a little boy, he's like, meh. So he was at the homeschool group. There is one little boy who's like just over one, and he was kind of fielding him, and like he's like very parental with the chick. So I'm like, okay, I feel like he's gonna be that way with the baby. Like he
Great.
panics. They got out the other day, and he was like, why did that happen? Why did they do that?
Oh my
Like
gosh.
all day. I'm like, I feel like this kid is like already an anxiety parent. Like, so I feel like our next baby is gonna be like, the door's open, like, watch, like freaking
Yeah.
out. Calm down. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. No, I think he's gonna be great. And I'm excited for your baby sprinkle. So,
I think we'll see you in the next one, dollies.
see you guys next time. Love ya.
Love ya. Happy to be back.